Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Patreon podcast. I know a lot of the talks I have, I say this is the most valuable thing, or this is the most important thing that you can do as a creator. And I want to just take a step back from that and just talk about one of the most important things you can do as a person. And that is kind of figuring out your priorities in life. If you've been following me on social media the past week or been on the Discord, you'll have heard that our kitty Trevor ate a shoelace on Sunday, and it is now Friday, and he has not, to put it delicately, passed it. So we've been back and forth from the vet, and we've been talking to him. I actually just dropped him off from the vet. I'm recording this now. Hopefully he's going to be okay. We have high hopes that everything will be fine, but it's made me realize the priority I have with the things that I do. Obviously, for me anyway, it's family first. And I've been working from home. I've been trying as much as possible to stay with Trevor, make sure that he's happy and comfortable and all of this stuff so he can get all of this out of his system. And, work has taken a backseat to that. And my creative work has taken a backseat to that. And everything, it's all about the family stuff for me first, because I want to make sure that where I live and where I am, like, everybody's comfortable and there's no strife in the household or anything like that, because any of that stuff causes problems with everything else below it. Like, if you're having problems personally, and I say family first, but honestly, I think self first and then family second, because all of that stuff affects the stuff behind it. Like, if you're not in a good place mentally or physically or anything like that, then the people in your family can't benefit from that. And it's like that whole everybody needs to kind of work together thing. So it's like yourself and then your family, and if your family and your home environment isn't good, then your creative work suffers and your professional work suffers. And all of this stuff has to be taken care of. And it's good to have that priority in place, because you need to know what needs to get addressed first. And it's so easy to get lost and mixed up in some minutia that doesn't really affect the greater picture. And I'm not saying that, one thing is more or less important than the other, but okay, think about like when you are on an airplane and everybody says that you put your own, air mask on before you help others. And there's a very specific reason for that. I think it's called hypoxia, and it's actually terrifying. So basically the lack of oxygen makes you feel drunk, and it's extremely fast and really, really scary. There's a Smarter Every Day episode about that. And basically what happens if you don't put your mask on, you're not able to help anybody else, because the effects of that are so sudden. And that's kind of what I'm trying to get at here, where you need to put your own mask on before you help other people. You need to help yourself and make sure your family and your home life is secure before you can go and work on creative stuff and enriching other people's lives in your social circles. And I mean, this week has really brought that to a point for me. It's been kind of a crucible, being like, well, this is family stuff. This is personal stuff. I took like a mental health day yesterday because I was just so mentally and emotionally exhausted that I just needed a day to not think about work and not have those kind of priorities. And it helped so much. So it's just figuring out how to work on yourself and how to work on your family and make sure everything is stable and okay there before trying to slam yourself into your creative work. Because I mean, I'm sure everybody has a huge backlog and everybody has a lot of things that they want to do, but if you're not stable, and I'm not saying like stable like, oh, you don't have depression so you're okay, it's like that's fine, but well, it's not fine, but you know what I mean. It's one of those things where as long as everything is okay and going, and there's no drama or strife or anything distracting you in your personal life or your personal self and your family, and you know what I mean. I'm just talking in circles right now. I really, this has become obviously very important for me for this week, but just in general, I think that it's been more important for me to realize that my family and my personal well-being is far more important than anything that I can create creatively. Because if I don't have those first two things, I'm not able to do the other things. So being able to focus on myself and focus on my home life is really valuable, and probably one of the more important things that you can do to be a good creator. So it's been an incredibly stressful week, and the 2-hour album challenge is starting in like 8 hours. So there's that too. It'll be great. It'll be super great, and everything's going to be fine. But it's just so stressful right now. So thank you guys so much for listening and being a continual patron. It really means a lot to me, and I hope you have a good weekend. Be remarkable.